Happy May 20th. Is that the right date? Anyways, it's I'm actually in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and that's the joy of Jafra. We can do it from wherever we are. And so I'm excited to be here sharing to just keep us focused on our business and growing and learning. And so welcome Kathy and Norma, my super support duo and VIP consultants. Thank you for everything that you do to support our team. And we've got a special guest tonight that we're going to be sharing. And hopefully this will motivate you and support you not only in your Jafra business, but in your personal life. And I think the three of us that have been in Jafra over 40 years will say that the personal growth that we've had in the years we've been in Jafra has really helped us to develop as people and in our relationships, in our family and outside of Jafra, as well as being more effective in working with people, because we're in a people business. So we're going to be having our special guests. And is there anything that either of you want to share yet that you are excited about or focused on? I've heard some really good feedback about the new Legend fragrance. Have you heard anything about it?
Just that people like it. Bronwyn raves about it.
I've heard women that bought it and they liked it so much they wouldn't share it with the man in their life.
Oh,
so
wow.
So I've heard that from several different women that really like it. So I thought, well, that's pretty cool. So it's whatever excites you, right? So anyways, and it's been fun to be here because I've been meeting a few people and making some Jafra connections. So in a whole nother state. So, and that's the beauty too, is having our website, we can share Jafra anywhere. So would you guys like to see our special guests?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So my daughter Ellie's here making sure I know how to share the screen. So we are going to, okay. Ellie's going to help me. Okay, hold on a minute. Pause a minute. Can you hear her?
No.
Okay, hold on a minute. Can you see the screen?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Something's changing now.
Okay. You're on the wrong one. It's on this one. Oh, participants can now see your application. Yep. Okay, go back just a little bit. Let's get it from the beginning of her.
Are you my flock?
Are you? Okay, good. It's not.
And I just have to say, before I share with you about the personality profile,
BJ Stromme.
Let me know if I need to turn it up.
That's a good way to get me started on, on the emotional level of life. Thanks, Jackie. Oh, anyway, it's great to see all of you. Most of you I have known for many, many years, and I'm sending you love and hugs from here in remote Alaska. And I just have to say, before I share with you about the personality profiling, I just want to give kudos to all of my years in Jafra. I've been in Jafra for 41 and a half years. And all of us are incredibly privileged to be able to work with Jackie. I've had Jackie as my personal coach. You don't know how I charge for coaching. So I just have to tell you, if you are serious about building and you're willing to put in the work, I'm going to show you what my 4 steps to success are, the things that I have gathered in all the years in Jafra and why I have taken those to coaching. But Jackie can help you with those things. And the company has never been more on track with training you, not so much just on product, but on people, on how to keep your head in the right place, how to talk to people, how to reach out on social media. And the exciting thing about having our personal websites adjustable to be able to reach our clients is amazing. And I'm here to tell you that when I was working my business full-time, I could have done those promotion qualifications myself in like 2 weeks. So, I mean, they're not hard. not finding, but attracting the people that you really want to work with is a mindset, and the actions that follow the mindset. So anyway, thank you, Jackie, for letting me share. I am going to jump into my presentation here real quick. And I think that's it. Yeah. And of course, it always, starts there. So most of you know me. I am BJ Stromme, and I am an author. I'm a speaker. I've trained with Jafra for a long time, lots of different conferences. And of course, I've built many different managers and have a huge client base and a large consultant base. So I've been in this business for a long time. I'm an author of my own book that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm also co-author in Focus on Networking. And that's a great collaboration of all kinds of ideas on how to network effectively. So I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to share with you. These are the 4 keys that I took when I decided to start my own coaching business. I said, what are the 4 things that have helped me be successful? And number 1 is mindset. If you let that get you down and you don't have tools, not just to shove it under the rug, but you don't have actual hands-on tools to get through the discouragement or trauma or grief or fear or anxiety, whatever you're dealing with, there are tools. So I encourage you, that's the number 1 thing to think about. Second is communication. What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to others? That's what we're going to work on today. Intentional action is knowing what to do, when to do, how to do, where to do, and you've got all of that. But if you don't have the first 2 in place, the intentional actions will never take any kind of root. And ongoing education, because girls, we're never done till the day we die. So today we're going to play with this one, communication skills. And I want you to go to your chat because in a second, I'm going to give you a list of things. What language do you speak? If you were going to go to another country for 6 months, you would want to learn a little bit about that language, right? So if I was going to move to Spain, I'd want to learn a little bit of Spanish so I could find the bathroom, get a taxi, order water, find a hotel, not be lost. This is no different. But the beauty of this particular program, it came out of my bird watching with my daughter and all of these years in personality profiling and learning sales skills and connecting with people, finding out what worked, what didn't work, learning who I was and how people related to me. That's where this came from. And it is learning how to guide the conversation in the language of the person you're talking to, letting go of the results, because it can't be about us. It has to be about them. And what solution can we find for them? And then learning how to create effective closing messages so that someone says, really? Tell me more. What do you mean? Well, maybe my sister. That's what you want. If you're not creating effective closing messages, then you haven't connected with them well enough. So this is where I want you to go to your chat real quick. And I want you to tell me which personality profiling programs have you taken? And there's a few of you on here, Maria, that have actually taken the Are You My Flock? So I would love for you to go to the chat and just type real quick. And I am watching on my phone. Ashley, we got to talk. Girl, you're going to love this. You're absolutely going to love this. It's so easy. Yep. Diana, you know all the languages. Now, what personality profiling have you taken along with knowing these languages? Because it's putting the 2 of them together. Oh, you're going to love this. Girls, I see some of you who have not played with this. Yeah, I remember colors way back when we did colors. In all of our years, we've done so many of these types of programs. And the biggest thing that I've seen is they're hard to remember. I'm going to give you an example on why this one is so much more effective, easy to use, and authentically loving than so many out there. I was at a networking meeting and we had a guest and she said she was a professional trainer on the DISC program. And so she's telling everybody that there's a class coming up. It's going to be awesome. They'll really love, learning how to understand and speak the different languages. And there was a man at the class who'd never done any kind of personality profiling. He goes, well, what is DISC? And she goes, well, if you come to my class, you'll find out. And I went, oh, bingo, lady, you don't have it. You do not understand, because otherwise she would have had the right response for that personality. instead of responding in her own personality. So it really is powerful. A lot of you have not taken these. This is really interesting. I love that a lot of you have done, the DISC is really common, Myers-Briggs is really common. No one's done the anagram. Okay, so let me show you what this is all about. I chose birds because everybody sees birds, right? It's common, it's easy. We don't have to understand if someone says to you, I'm an INTJ, and you're like, oh, that's nice. Well, good for you. What does it mean? But if someone says, oh, that girl's a songbird, you're going to instantly have something come to your mind that you will understand what she's talking about. So it's easy. They're everywhere. They're already in everyone's mind. It's not something new that anyone has to learn. So it's natural and it's fun. It does make a difference. I've been teaching this for years. And what I love is the ripple down effect. Corrine and I work together a lot in networking. And she realized that when she understood who she was, and she understood the different personalities of both her boys, she started parenting, mothering differently. Imagine that. If you can make a difference in how someone parents, there's a huge trickle down effect. Allison is a travel agent. She was one of my travel agents, and she saw more growth in 1 quarter after learning this than she did the whole 3 quarters of the year. So I know that it works. It's not hard. It's easy. So I'm going to ask you this. Look at these pictures. Go back to your chat. You're going to have an initial just response to the pictures. And I want you to tell me which flock you think you fly with. You've got raptors, which is the eagles, herons. If you don't know what a heron is, they're those long, tall, gangly birds you see at the edge of the water, out in the field, stealing the koi out of your backyard pond. And just think about how they move, how quickly they move, what they do. Doves, everybody knows doves, songbirds, all those little birds out in the trees outside your window, here today, gone tomorrow. So, oh, I love it. I got songbirds, doves, raptors, songbirds. Oh, it's not surprising in the sales industry. I am seeing lots of songbirds, raptors, herons, doves. Beautiful. I love it. So here's where we're going to figure out. Number one, our goal as service consultants and as leaders and as team builders is to quickly identify who we're talking with, to understand how we are perceived in those different languages. And the ultimate goal is to learn to speak those languages authentically, respectfully, lovingly, so we make that connection and take down that wall, because otherwise there's a natural little bit of a defensive barrier when you're talking with a stranger. You'll notice it when you're networking. People are all just a little bit protected and they have this, fake face on. You got to figure out how to get past the fake face. So let's play a little bit. I want to tell you how each of these think, because when you understand the difference in how each personality processes the information coming to them, it will help you know what's important to them, how to speak with them, how to edify them, and how to help them hear you. So raptors, if you think about it, eagles, raptors are right to it, right? They see their goal, they see their prey. Working with people who are very driven, very direct, very bold. For others, it can come across as a little bit aggressive. I can help you with that. The next one is your herons. Remember, they're standing at the side of the pond and they see their prey. They don't go for it right away. They go forward and then they stop. And a little more and they stop. If you've ever worked with someone who's analytical and they have to make a decision on buying a refrigerator, it will take them weeks. A raptor is just going to go, I want a refrigerator. That's the best price. That's the one I want. So they think completely differently, and we have to speak differently to reach them. Your songbirds, just like I said, they're all over the board. They're the ones that go squirrel. They're talking with you and all of a sudden they're totally distracted. So their mind goes whoop, 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 and finally to their goal. And your doves are very loving and they never want to hurt anybody's feelings. So they're kind of soft in their decision, and it takes them a while to get to their decision because they're afraid they might hurt somebody's feelings. So this is my next question. What's your toughest flock to work with? Go back to your chat. Betty, I love yours. Heron or songbird. You got to take the test. Love this. Oh, you guys are good. Okay, I'm waiting for your answers. Tell me what your toughest flock is. Okay, you're gonna know your triggers when you look at those pictures. So if you look at the picture of the eagle and your words that come to your mind are like, powerful, aggressive, dominant, that's a trigger for you. If you look at the songbirds and you're like flighty, scattered, loud, noisy, that's a trigger for you. And we have to learn how to get around those triggers, understand them, and speak the language of the other people, because this is our business. We're all in the business of people. Absolutely. If you cannot speak the language of someone else, you're not going to make a connection, and you're not going to make a sale, and you're not going to sponsor, and you're not going to bring them up to be a leader because you're not understanding them, right? You're speaking a completely different language. So how in the world do you tell? You get into a networking situation, you're like, I don't know how to tell what somebody is. I have a cheat sheet for you. In fact, stick with me for a few more minutes. I've got several little bonuses for you. First of all, their language. If you can hear them or see them, either on video or in person, their voice is going to be one of the first things that will help tell them from one flock versus another. Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it soft? Is it loud? Look at what they're wearing. That we can see on, on videos even, or pictures on their Facebook. You can stalk people. Go to their Facebook and see their body language, see what they're wearing, because flocks they dress a little differently. Each one of them dresses a little differently. How do they move? Are they very animated? They have their hands, moving all the time? Or are their hands folded? Are their hands at their side? Do they use a lot of facial expression? Are they fairly stable? What do they talk about? Work, that to-do list, or people? Uncle Harry's gallbladder, or Aunt Matilda's, a gout. I mean, it just depends on what they're going to talk about, who they are, what flock they come from, and large or small personal space. Some people are huggers. They love being close. They love being together. They gain energy from being with people. Others, they just kind of need some room. They need quiet time. They need to process. They don't really want you in their personal space. You need to know this so that you don't hug somebody that doesn't like to be hugged, or touch somebody on the arm if they don't want to be touched. And there again, if they are that kind of a person and you're not, you need to learn how to soften up and be okay just touching an arm, or be okay giving a hug. And on time or late. Oh, that's a huge one too. There are two flocks that are always going to be on time because it's important to them. And there are two flocks that are probably always going to be late. And you have to learn how to let that go, how to work with it so that you don't get irritated if you are one of those that's always on time and that person shows up 5 minutes late, always. These are things that I can teach you, and I have a cheat sheet for you. So this will be your new little cheat sheet. I tell people, take it with you or put it by the phone. If you're on the phone or you're on a call, just read this through so you don't have to memorize it. But once you really relate it to the birds, it'll be very, very, very easy. Okay, let me look at your little notes here. Okay, I love that. Okay, Diana says, I feel these days that type of judgment is not a trend. Actually, we're moving more into accepting people as they are, be authentic. Yes, you do always, you can't put somebody in a box. Please don't think that this puts anybody in a box. You're going to find you have one core personality that you actually just function through. If you think about who you were as a kid, you have one core personality and you have a second. And then through life, we have all adjusted and evolved and developed characteristics that are natural to other flocks, but maybe not ours. So we cannot put someone in a box. However, if you don't learn to speak the other languages, I don't care how authentic you are, if you don't learn to speak the language, you will still miss people. I promise you, you will. So the two skills that really have helped me be the most successful, one is personality profiling, understanding who am I talking to, what is important to them, how do they think, how can I speak their language authentically, not manipulatively, but authentically to make a win-win connection. And how do I guide that conversation so I know how to ask the right questions in the right timing, at the right place. And that's another thing that I have on my website. It's a networking resource book, and I have been doing it for years. I built both my businesses with one-on-one networking and networking in groups. So all of these are available to you. So if you have ever talked with someone and you thought, you've heard any of these comments, well, just let me get back to you. Well, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be pushy. Well, I told them that, but they just didn't listen. Chances are, my friends, you're speaking a different language. And this can be easily learned. Here's what happens if you don't learn the language. If you are a raptor, you're speaking with a dove, and you're not speaking dove language, you terrify them. They are not going to want to work with you. They are going to run, okay? They're going to hide. Now, you might be able to push them into doing something with you once, and then they're going to ghost you. If you are a songbird and you're working with a heron, you're way too flighty. You're all over the board. You talk too fast, and they don't respect you. They don't see that you follow through and have, A, B, C, D, right? If you are a dove and you're working with the songbird, you're too slow to make decisions. Remember, your songbirds are do, let's get it done. So they can get impatient and they'll move on, leave you behind. And if you're a heron working with a raptor, you're way too detailed. It feels really slow to them, and they're going to get impatient and they are not going to do business with you. So learning to speak these languages is huge. It takes very little work actually on your part. It's fun, it's easy. So here are my gifts for you. Take your free quiz, and I'll give you a link in just a little bit. When you take the quiz, you will also get some follow-up support materials, and 2 of them are free webinars. So be sure you watch for the emails, register for the webinar, get in there, get that other information that you need. I would highly recommend you get the book. It's simple, it's easy to read, it's a daily resource. And when you're working with other people, it's just like if somebody says, well, I need a roofer. If you can give them a great roofer, you suddenly are their go-to person, right? They just love it. If you know of anyone who is working for themselves, they're responsible for their own marketing, help them succeed. Show them the book, share with them why in their language you think this book might be good for them, and be a support to them, not fix them. You can't fix anybody. You can support and help people. So the book is available on Amazon. You can just go to amazon.com and put in "Are You My Flock?" and it will pop up. It was a #1 new release, which made me so happy. Thank you, everybody who purchased your book. And I have a couple little links for you here. I have a bit.ly link for you that will give you access to the quiz. There it goes. And I can also probably copy that and put it in the chat bar or chat box for you. But if you can grab a screen share on this one, you'll have that quiz. That's yours free. The cheat sheet is yours free. The webinars are yours free. And I actually will personally go in and give you an assessment on your quiz. So that's my gift to you. Questions? I think we're almost out of time.
Okay, let's get back to the audience. Bear with me here. I will get you ready there. If you want to stop sharing your screen, there we go. Thank you, Dal. Okay, let's go to the audience. Any questions out there? And how many of you love this, by the way?
Hmm.
Woohoo! We
so-
see the chats blowing up, but let's see, any
Yeah.
questions? Any questions?
Well, no, not a question, but can we please have BJ share her link in the chat so we can click there and go live to it?
Yep,
Thank you.
I am looking for it. You bet. Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Well, BJ, we're seeing the comments. Everybody is loving this. They are seeing how valuable this is in sales. I'm so proud of you. #1 release in Amazon. Makes my face hurt. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Well, you know you're a big
Congratulations.
part of my success.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
So what did you think? Did you, Norma, we can't hear you. Did you identify who you were of the birds?
yeah.
What do
Maybe a
you,
love-
you're a lovebird, Norma? Okay.
Maybe. I don't feel like I'm scattered when I'm talking and doing stuff. I don't feel like I'm a raptor, like really bold and direct. Yeah, lately in this chapter of my life, I have trouble making decisions. I get to where, Alex, just decide for me.
Do you take a long time to make a decision?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's like I don't remember which bird she was saying, but I want to make sure that everybody's happy. Like we were trying to decide if we were going to stay one night or two in Solvang for his birthday. And one night was 132 and the next night was over $200 because it's part of the weekend.
Mm.
And, part of me is going, well, there's so many things to take in. Like, are we going to get bored? Is it too much time in Solvang because there's not enough to do? Or is it bothering me that one night is 132 and one night's over 200 and I don't want to spend that extra? And I'm telling the gal, why can't you give it to us both nights, the same price? Well, that's not how it is. So I told her, we'll get back to you. And he and I sat there and I'm like, just decide. There's too much information.
Mhm. That would be the raptor.
For
And
me?
That's what a raptor is. A raptor is kind of the analytical, and they take a long time because they're looking at all the different pieces that go with it.
I wrote in my notes that the heron was analytical.
Yeah, the heron.
Heron. I'm sorry, I said it wrong.
Yeah,
I'm guessing, Kathy, you're a raptor.
yeah,
Is that correct?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And so Norma, you sometimes you can have the different parts, but I can see both of those in you.
What do you call it?
What was that?
What are you, Sarah?
I think I'm probably more of a songbird.
Yep,
Probably more of a songbird. What do you guys think?
yep.
So,
What
But
about
what I like about her is that she's not saying that one is better than the other,
right.
that we all have a place in this world, whether we're a raptor or a dove or a songbird or whatever we are. We all
Mhm.
have a place. And like she was saying, if you know how to deal, like that's my hardest thing is being a raptor, is having enough patience to deal with the other stuff,
Yeah.
rather than to say, God, just make a decision already,
And it's different if I like the fact that, oh my gosh, it's snowing outside. I like the fact that it's that understanding people so that you can learn to work with them. It was funny last night, we were talking the other night, and we were just talking about different things we did as a family. And one thing Jessica had written me, we did this course called Why Can't You Be Normal Like Me? And that would be something a raptor would say.
Yeah.
And Jessica had written me this wonderful Mother's Day note that she just really appreciated that we, that we allowed them to be who they were, and but we also exposed them to a lot of things. And then I was telling this to Ellie and Natalie, because that's who I'm with, and Natalie goes, remember that thing you took us to in the basement? And David's looking at her like, what are you talking about? And I don't know if you ever went with me, Norma, but it was, I can't even think of his name, Mitchell. And he did the whole thing about using, instead of, like Jan Day taught us to say remember as opposed to don't forget. Because remember puts the positive thing in your brain, and don't forget puts the negative. And instead of saying, it was funny because we went to Rocky Mountain National Park, because I've been here every season. I'm like, we have to go in the spring. And Natalie goes, okay, Mom, I'm going to be really strict. We have to leave at 8:00. And so I'm working really hard to be there at 8:00. And Natalie goes, Mom, 5 minutes.
Uh-oh.
And I got there at supposedly 8:01, according to their clock, but my clock's at 8:00. And David turns to me and he goes, well, you almost made it. And I go, David, didn't you know you're supposed to catch people doing something right? Because I tried really hard. And then Natalie goes, Mom, just get in the car. And then of course wants me in the car with the kids to know that she has to do whatever her last thing is. But, so it's good to understand different people and who they are, and to learn to work together, and really and truly, if you are just yourself and don't take them into consideration, we've all probably spoke to someone that speaks a different language and we don't understand them, or their accent is so strong, they may even be speaking our language, but we don't understand them. So it's just a matter of being aware. And what she does share in those resources, and I do want to get her book because I've heard her share this years ago, but what she does share is that you match that person. So if you're, kind of direct and come on, make a decision, get to the point, like you're thinking, Kathy. If you're doing that, you can turn people off because it's maybe pressure to them and they just
All
need
right.
more
Yeah.
time. But if you
Yeah.
go, okay, this person is a heron and they're going to need more time, and then you would maybe say to them, what more information can I give you to help you make a decision? So I think it's just being aware and paying attention. And the thing about BJ is she really is a bird watcher. That is who she is. And the fact that she's taken something so simple that we can all relate to, and being here, I've seen lots of birds. There are a lot of little birds hanging out on the black pavement today. I don't think they were excited about the snow. And we'd be driving up and I'm like, move, move. But so it's really interesting. And I think the longer we've been on this earth and we get to know ourselves, it helps us also, if you care enough, to get to know others. And I think it's going to take a lot of practice on the cuff to learn that. But just the things she shares about, things that are very visual. What do you girls think?
I agree. I can look at my team and see different personality types, different birds, and like one in particular who is probably a raptor. And I would not have thought that I would have gotten very far with her or even to have sponsored her. But I just don't let her intimidate me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And,
sneeze.
and sometimes it's, I find that I'm not really attracted to people that tend to be more raptorish. My
You
sister-in-law,
know what? Please.
nothing personal, but no, what happens is if you just see them, if you don't know them and you just see them, you don't really come off quite as extreme as some people. Some people are really harsh and real,
Yeah.
and I've known people like that and they're not comfortable to be around. But once you get to know them, you realize that that's their personality. And I think for me personally, I would take it personal because it just wasn't who I was and it wasn't comfortable. But then once you get to know them and you understand that that's how God made them. And if we were all the same, it would be really boring. So I'm excited about thinking about this again. And I made two really neat encounters here. And I've been home a lot, with the family, and I've been doing some work, and so I haven't really been out. But yesterday we went to Natalie's mother-in-law's house to drop off their dog because we were going to be gone for 4 days. And so her mother-in-law is very chatty and very friendly. She doesn't work and she's kind of bored and she's in a new area. They just moved here in November. And so I needed to go somewhere. And she said, I'll take you, because there was nothing close by. And she says, I'll take you. I don't have anything to do. And we had the best afternoon. And just, and Natalie goes, how were you guys together? Because you're both really talkative. And, I found myself having to just be quiet and let her talk, but, it takes discipline to learn these things and to work with someone who's the same or different. So, and I think we're in a people business. And isn't it true that people remember more about how you make them feel than how what you even said,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that I've noticed about people is if you allow them to talk about themselves, they think you're so interesting and amazing, even if you didn't say a whole lot. And the person I think about is Lori Dubuque's husband. And, I had been at her house several times for training, and she would talk about her husband, and I got to talk to him, and he would just ask questions and ask questions and ask questions. And, you wanted to get to know you, and you leave and you'd go, gosh, I don't know anything about him, because he was asking you so many questions because he was that interested party. And so it's kind of interesting. And, fortunately, we get to continue to grow and learn and use this in our personal life with our children and our grandchildren and our friends and all our different relatives, besides in our business. So any other insights that you saw from this that you think you'll use or apply?
Well, it's just nice to hear it all again. I've heard it all before, but it's,
Right.
it's nice to go back and review things like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get her book. And I really like BJ. She's a very talented woman. And, sometimes you go, gosh, I wish I would have paid more attention to that way back when. It would have made a big difference. But you know what? It's never too late to continue to grow and learn. So anyways, I'm glad you both enjoyed our special speaker this evening. And let's just kind of talk about the month, because today's the 20th. That means we have 11 more days to go. And one really big thing going on right now that I'm working on focusing on is contacting all of our VIPs, because Jafra has given our VIPs an opportunity to place a 450 order this month, and they are reinstated in the VIP program. And that means they can earn the necklace even if they didn't put an order in last month. And so that would be Karen. Matter of fact, I took a picture of who they were. I know definitely Karen. I've got Jade and Tanisha. I mean, we have quite a few that are part of that team. that would, you know, be able to participate in that. So I have been calling and reaching out, but I still have more calls and reaching out to do to, you know, personally invite them, because sometimes that's what makes the difference. Let's see. So Jade, Rosemary is another one, Norma. Rosemary, Karen Riley. I'm talking about people you girls may know. And then, of course, Jade and Tanisha. I've got some of my Spanish gals. And then the other one is Norma Marquez. You've heard her. And so they're all listed under pre-VIPs. And so all they have to do is place that $450 order this month. And that's really generous. This is the first time Jafra's not said, oh, the people that placed their last order at this time, and it was super complicated. It's just they've been a VIP before. This is the month that they can get it back. And so I'm excited about that. And I'm definitely, that's where I'm putting my energy. And then the other thing is, as far as different, I forgot to bring my action with me. I grabbed the wrong month when I grabbed it. I can't, right now, my brain just kind of went blank, but you know, even the inactives and there's special offers for them. But as far as for us, as far as we go, there's, you know, I know they've had some different specials, and one of the specials I was going to order and I could not find it anywhere. I don't know if that, I didn't, you know, anyways, it was the one that you posted, Norma, where we had the Defy individual items, and there was the daytime moisturizer. And it, anyways, I placed my order on the day it was still available, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and it was late at night, and I'm like, oh, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. But
Well, the gold special is pretty good.
Yes.
I called 3 people and all 3 of them ordered it. So, you know, it's like, that's a good order right there.
There you go. That's your VIP right there, Kathy.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So they ordered the size that's bigger than the Royal Jelly Body Complex?
Right, right.
Wow.
And, you know, it's really funny because I hesitated on calling this one lady because I just delivered the gold to her. And I mean, like last week. So I call her this week and I go, you know, I feel really stupid calling you because I just delivered your stuff. You probably haven't even opened it yet. And she said, no, I haven't. I said, but you can't pass this up. I said, the jars are 4 times bigger than what you just got. So she bought it anyway, you know, and it was like, you know, when you have specials like, I'm sorry, what?
Did she do the 2 for $129?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
But you know, when I wasn't feeling so well, I think I missed out on a lot of stuff. I didn't really know what was going on. But what's the deal with those of us that are founders? Are we getting our royal jelly?
Yes, we are. We are. And when you place your order this month, it will be in your order.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I know there was talk about it. It is continuing, and mine was listed in my order.
Okay. And then there was
a very big order and it's already listed at the bottom.
Oh, okay. And there was something else that you had to place an order of $100 and some, or you couldn't order some other thing. Do you remember what that was about?
Your cart to get all those specials.
Oh, is that the one that just came out? The
No.
one that just,
No, not today. I think it's already passed.
okay.
Okay, then I don't need to worry about it. You know, everything's coming so fast sometimes when you're not feeling well, you can't pay attention to it.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to say it is what it is. And, you know, you have to take care of yourself. So,
and the text message that I sent to the group today, I put what is ending today and what's starting today.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, thank you.
And I appreciate your reminders, Norma. That really really is wonderful. And I was helping and this is the other thing I'm going to be working on, but it's going to take me a while, but helping consultants set up their website. So I finally helped Sandy Brown, put her picture on, and I said, Sandy, your website's on. She even had it, we have to promote it. That's the thing. We've got to promote those specials, those opportunities. And then as far as the gold goes, they are selling, we do have the gold separately on page 25, but we also have it in the set. And I don't know about you girls, but Colorado is really dry. I felt so dry since I've been here. I really wish I would have brought the gold. I mean, I'm putting everything on the Defy and everything, but I'm just feeling dry. And I said to the girls when we got back today, I go, is anybody else feeling dry? And Natalie goes, oh, Mom, you just haven't gotten acclimated to Colorado. I don't think so. It's like my skin feels so dry. But, Kathy, I think I always go back to places that I order from. And when they send me reminders or tell me their specials, or, there's a special, but I didn't get it because I had other things on my mind, like you said, not feeling well, other focuses. But then they send me a reminder and I'm like, I did want to order that. And so we have to remember that when we're calling people, we're serving them. And when we call them, we're saying, hey, this is something that's a great deal. I think you would be interested in it. I know you just ordered, but I didn't want you to miss out. And so what you're saying is, I care about you. I care enough to reach out, and, and you're willing to accept yes or no, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's called service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think your clients deserve at least the opportunity to refuse it,
Yes, exactly.
Otherwise, if you don't call them, they don't know about it.
That's right.
That isn't anywhere for them to see.
Right. And I realize
it will be next month. It will be in the June brochure, but it's going to be $10 more.
There we go. So
yeah. Next month, they'll go, oh, wow, she saved me some money.
Thank you for reminding me, because I'm going to call I have some gold clients I need to call.
Yeah, I mean, those are 4 times bigger. That's Royal Jelly Body Complex size.
Yeah. And you know what? With how dry I've been feeling, I can put it from head to toe on my body. Let me tell you, I feel like a lizard when we got back from the hot springs. I'm like, why am I so dry? This mineral water must be good for something, but I feel so dried out. So, no, it does. I think it is true. We talked about this before. When you have more, you use more. You're like, oh, good. Man, I can really lather this on. But when you have a little bit, like right now, I didn't bring enough. I mean, I thought I brought enough of the Defy, but the 4D Defy, I'm so dry. I'm just going through it and I'm looking at it going, you better last 4 more days. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to start raiding my daughter's Jafra closets that I bring them. So anyways. But, and the other thing too, so I think really the theme is to care, which all 3 of us care. And I know we truly believe in what we have. And then it's really about caring enough to take the time to communicate in whatever way we communicate or our clients like to be communicated to. And then the other thing is, I just want to encourage both of you to continue reaching out whichever way you can to meet new people, whether it's your social media, whether it's, just when we're out. I mean, I had to go to a bank to get my credit card fixed because they had locked it before I left and they wouldn't let me use it. And so I had to find this particular bank and go in and, I just made a connection with the girl, and so it's like offering a gift and then knowing that they can either accept it or not. And then just, the things that we do. Some people are going to spend more time on social media. Some people are going to be out more. Some people are going to reach out to those people that they haven't reached out to in a long time. You know, those lists of people and things. And I think I mentioned I was talking to I think I was talking to Ellie when we were driving, and I said, you know, it's really kind of cool the way things have changed in Jaffra, because we have the opportunity to offer people to be able to save money, to be able to make money, or to be able to just have fun and get free products. And we have so much to offer them, but if we don't open our mouth or send them information, they're not going to know what it is. And I don't know why yesterday I took my I call her my co-grandma. She's my son-in-law's mom. I took her out to lunch, and the girl comes up, and I don't even know why she said this. She was this cute young college age girl, and she said something like, "Hey," I don't know if she knew we were from the Fort Collins area. "I'm moving over there to go to college. Do you know of any jobs?" And I said, and she was so cute. I go, "I have a job for you." And we had already been talking about her red hair and making a connection. And so, I mean, and the thing is, both of those gals, we made a personal connection on whatever level. You know, the first girl, she had the same last name as my maiden name, and we started talking about that. And then the second girl, just we were talking about her red hair and how cute she was. And so you make a connection, and then they say something, and then you offer them a gift. And for me, that being able to send them a $10 gift certificate, I don't know, have you gals tried that yet?
No, I haven't been anywhere.
Haven't had an opportunity to send it.
What did you say, Norma?
I've been talking it up, but I haven't had an opportunity to actually send it.
Yeah, I actually have people I need to send it to, but and that's why I was motivated to get it done so I could send it out, but I also was motivated to get it done because I promised you that I would do it. And I hope you like it and use it. And if you want to personalize it, you can personalize it on Canva, and that's kind of the fun thing to do. But yeah, so we need to continue to do the things that work and in our own life. And really, it's about caring about people and making connections. That really is what it's all about. And that's what it's always been about. And then listening, speaking their language, right? Listening and answering the call. So pretty exciting. So anyways, thank you ladies for joining me this evening. I hope that was valuable, that you it will help you in your personal life and your business. I hope some of our gals jump on and listen to this. And
Are
that
there
was
that we should be aware of?
there's the only thing that I'm a little out of it because I've been playing grandma and working, but I think the main thing, I know a lot of what the meetings that I've been on has really been about really kind of what we're talking about is that we truly, and there's some really good information. I was looking at it and I thought, this is amazing that regardless of what's happening in our world, we have an answer for people. We have a way for them to add extra income. We have a way for them to save money on all their personal care and gift giving and home items. We have a way for them to fulfill some of the social needs that they have, because for Jaffra, for us, it fulfills a lot of needs, not just additional income. And the one message that's been very consistent is that we just need to keep reaching out and offering. And just, if you want to reach a new audience and, you can do a party and invite, have your hostess invite you to a slew of, group of people. You can, go out and reach out and talk to people or do a tabletop. You kind of have to decide what you're willing to do in your life and what fits your lifestyle and where you are. Some people want to get on the internet and reach out that way and make connections. But we really have what people need. And, when we think about the top 5 reasons that we have something that fits people's needs, is we have a quality product and we have a top of the line premier product at incredible prices, especially with all the great specials Jafra has. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
And then it's caring enough to make that phone call, Kathy, which you are famous for. And Norma, you're good about that too. You both are definitely excellent with that and always an inspiration. And that we are all about people and caring about people and their needs. We're flexible. I mean, I'm able to come visit my grandchildren in Colorado and celebrate my daughter's 32nd birthday. And I'm so glad we're here. She says, Mom, I haven't really had a good birthday in a long time. She said, I think today she said, I haven't really had a really good birthday in over 10 years. And so, Natalie goes, you know what, Ellie, we're just going to call this your golden birthday because you're turning, if you were born on the 22nd and it's 2022. So we're going to do a redo for you. So we just want to make her feel special. She deserves this feel special. And that, I think we'd all agree Jafra's been fun and we've got great friendships. And I consider you both two of my really special friends. And if it wasn't for Jafra, I know I definitely never would have met Kathy. Norma, I might have met her, but I wouldn't have gotten to know her as such a special person because of our Jafra connection. And the income is really a lot of times up to us, how much we want to work and what we want to put into it. And it's changed, it can change and adjust, and that's our choice as well. But there is an income in Jafra, and we get to use all the products at cost. Love that. We recently took a picture with a bunch of people, and I had several people comment, wow, you look like the youngest one. And I said, well, I guess I'm going to just claim that it's Jafra because I've used Jafra since I was 18 and the products get better and better. And I just, when a new product comes out that's better, I just move on to that product. And there's a lot of fulfillment. Even the personal growth that we have and how we've been able to help people and help them grow and change. So that's truly, I think if we had to say, how they do that commercial that, you get this and this and this, but this is priceless. I think there are a lot of priceless things and that Jafra has given us. And that's the gift that we have to offer to others. And it's just really about caring enough to offer it to them and reaching out and finding out what people are interested in and not getting stuck in the box that this person said they want this, because every 3 months, every quarter, really people's lives change. I used to think when I was a mom and when we had kids, it was seasonally. We had the school year and then we had the summer and then we had the fall because it was back to school, and our lives change. And that's true of other people too. And that's also true of our skin, let me tell you. So we want to just continue to let people know what we have to offer them as we reach out to them. And so that's been the one thing that's been very consistent that I keep hearing over and over again is that, Jafra has all these things available to us and we get to choose what we want to be a part of. But our clients can't choose, or our friends or our family, if we don't share it with them. So that is the really big thing. And I think that, that's been the message I've heard over and over again with every power hour I've been on. Right now, there's a lot of opportunities for people that have been in Jafra to invite them to come back. And it really, for me personally, it's about finding the time to reach out to all of those people. So if any of those people are a part of, people you're connected with, because they're going to relate more to you, because you are their Jafra connection and you brought them in, let them know. And, for anyone that's inactive or pre-inactive, they can get a free lip stain. And then, of course, with a 450 order, they can get the Royal Hand Complex with a 450 order. They have an opportunity to Of course, we talked about the VIP. And so, and most of those VIPs aren't going to be inactive. They're going to be active consultants that just haven't placed that order. So this is the opportunity that people can start, open an account for $10 and they can shop and save, or they can order online or in person, and they can, have the opportunity to profit and as much as they want to, just like us. So I can't think of any other thing right now. My brain kind of is flatlined, but is there anything
Are we
that,
together in 2 weeks?
yes. And there's no holiday, right?
It's the 3rd in 2 weeks.
Oh, perfect. That's the perfect time to get together. Thank you, Norma. So put it on your calendar, 2 weeks. And I'm glad this worked out. We were having a little internet issue and they're like, we're not sure if the internet's going to work. It's not hooking. And I said, well, if it doesn't hook to my phone, I'm going to have to go find a Starbucks. But fortunately, it hooked to my phone. So we're good here. And I appreciate you girls for joining me. And it sounds like you two are getting your VIP orders together. And I think, if there's definitely all those reasons we need to contact people for all the holidays and the different things, but sometimes there's those specials like the royal jelly special that came out at the end that just kind of moves us to the next level and encourages we'll think of people that want to take advantage of that, and encouraging them to order on our website. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing that that we do have that website and those weekly orders. And Jaffra's trying to really focus on us doing a weekly business, as opposed to whenever. And really, it's about people depending, being able to depend on us to fulfill their needs. But I really like them going to our websites. It just makes so much sense to
Yeah.
for them, if they're willing to do that, to go to the website. And I can't imagine why people wouldn't, because so many people are ordering online. Don't you agree? So going to our website makes so much sense. I even had a consultant call me and she goes, Sarah, I'm in Ventura, and it was on Tuesday. Are you going to be in Ventura? I'm moving to North Carolina. And she's like a client consultant, and I really need a gold set. Can you meet me and bring it to me? And I called her and I'm like, well, I'm in Colorado, so I can't bring it to you. And so, she said, well, I don't know if I want to pay the shipping, all that shipping. And, so it's really, I'm thinking, well, I wonder if the shipping is less if you order on a consultant's website or if you order from Jaffra.
It's about the same.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
I just thought that was an interesting comment she made. And I said, well, how about when I get back, I'll call you and we'll figure it out. but it is interesting the way that goes. So Kathy, I hope you feel better.
Thank you. I'm starting to feel better. So
Good. Very good.
thank you.
Yeah. Really good. Anything else, Norma?
No, I was gonna ask her if they'd considered giving you any steroids to make you feel better.
Yeah, I've been taking steroids for like 2 weeks.
Okay, so
Yeah,
maybe that's why you're feeling better.
could be. Yeah. So I don't know if I still feel like this on Monday, I think I'm going to go back again. Say, look, you need to fix me. I got
Yeah.
things to do and people to see and places to go.
There you go. There you go. Hey, sometimes, hey, Kathy, that rap tour really pays off sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to get there and go, come on, get it done.
Yeah.
No, it's too bad, but you have to be your own advocate.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I hope you
I'm
do feel
hungry.
better.
Thank
Yes. We'll be praying for you. Love you guys. Appreciate you.
you. Okay.
Enjoy your
Talk to you guys soon.
I am. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.